Hi there folks, it's Deni. I think it's always interesting to look at new games and talk about where the gaming industry is going, and you can always discuss it in the comments below. And speaking about new games, well, today I'm going to show you 10 recently released game titles, and I hope you'll find at least a couple of interesting ones for yourself. But before we begin, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Okay, let's get started. Let's start with a space game, like Forever Skies. It's a post-apocalyptic survival game created by Far From Home Studio. You get to Earth, but it turns out to be devastated by an ecological disaster. Your only hope for survival is an airship, which you can improve, customize, and repair. You will have to explore the world, gather resources, fight surface dangers, and search for viral pathogens to cure this mysterious disease that has destroyed your home. Your ship will allow you to fly around the world, search for resources, and help you deal with all sorts of threats. You can use different weapons and tools to defend yourself and mine all sorts of useful stuff. In your arsenal there are like pistols, shotguns, lasers, drones, and so on. Moreover, the game has beautiful and atmospheric graphics. Yes, it's very similar to something like Subnautica or Raft. But here you'll have your own airship, which is your home, your vehicle, and your weapon at the same time. Well, now let's take a look at the shooter Trepang 2. It's a brutal, bloody fear type thing. You control a runaway soldier with some superpowers. He has lost his memory, and as the game begins, a group of people rescues him from a secret lab. Your task is to survive in a cruel world where you are hunted by cultists and mercenaries. Well, the story campaign of the game consists of a dozen missions, about 20 minutes each. They will allow you to travel to different locations, from prison dungeons to corporate skyscrapers. As you progress through the game, you'll learn more about your past, your abilities, and what's behind all this madness. The gameplay won't let you get bored. You're like constantly on the move, running from cover to cover, changing weapons and tactics, choosing the best way to get rid of enemies. Plus, the AI here are not so dumb. They react to your actions, flank you, hide behind objects, support each other with fire, use grenades and smoke bombs. The graphics here are top-notch as well. So, it sounds like something that's definitely worth a try. Next up, we have a 3D platformer that you've most likely already heard of, Only Up. In this game, you control Jackie, a teenager who wants to get out of poverty and travel the world, but his journey will be, well, vertical. Jackie decides to climb up the clouds and find out what's behind them. On your way, you will face different obstacles and dangers, like giant feet, forest nets, ice mountains, and more. You have to be very careful not to fall down, or you will have to start all over again. Yes, you heard it right, there are no checkpoints here. Each next level raises the stakes of the game, and the higher you go, the harder it is to fall. But nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? This makes the game more challenging, but that's kind of the point. To get to the top, you have to get over your fear, calm down, and slowly and surely move towards your goal. This game will take you anywhere from 40 to 120 minutes to complete. But some people set records and complete it in like 20 minutes. Why don't you give it a try? And if you want to relax a bit, you can try the Bookwalker, Thief of Tales. In this adventure game, you control Etienne Quist, a thief writer with the unique ability to immerse himself in books. Your task is to use your powers to travel between reality and book worlds and steal legendary items. You will travel through isometric locations, exploring them and interacting with different objects and characters. In each book, you have to find the right item and get to it by solving all sorts of puzzles. To do this, you can use different objects that you find or create during the game, like a crowbar, lockpick, wire cutters, shovel, pickaxe, and so on. Or you can jump out of the book into the real world and ask your neighbors for the item you need, and then return to the book world with it. Sounds fun, doesn't it? Another shooter game is 6 Days in Fallujah. This game is based on real events that took place in Iraq when American and British soldiers tried to take over the insurgent-controlled city of Fallujah. It is made up of several episodes, each of which is going to deal with a specific day of the battle. As for the gameplay, well, it's a realistic tactical first-person shooter that will make you not just run and shoot at anything that moves, but also plan your actions, use cover, outmaneuver the enemy, and coordinate with your squad mates. The game features a procedurally generated city map, which changes every time you start a new mission. This means that you won't be able to know the location of your enemies, traps, doors, windows, and so on beforehand. You'll have to adapt to the situation and find new ways and solutions on the fly. And if you like such a challenge, why not give it a chance? And if you want some online gaming, I have Home Sweet Home Online for you. It's a multiplayer survival horror action game where you can try to play as both victim and predator in the mystical realm, full of the souls of dead people and sinister spirits. Here, 8 players are divided into 2 teams of 4 people. Each team's goal is to collect as many warden souls as possible, which give you the ability to, well, transform into a warden, a powerful and terrifying spirit. The team that collects the most warden souls in the allotted time wins. The game offers a wide range of maps inspired by Thai mythology and culture, with all sorts of temples, villages, forests, and more. And if you want to enjoy great graphics, amazing sound, and realistic physics, this game is a great choice for you. Next, we have a thing that will take you to the universe of Aliens, the famous franchise about the clash between humans and bloodthirsty alien predators. This is Aliens: Dark Descent. You get to the planet Lethe, and you learn that there was a terrible disaster there. A container with a xenomorph was delivered to the orbital station Pioneer, which soon began to spread its contagion throughout the staff. Then your ship crashes on the surface of some planet, and now you have to command the survivors, trying to fix the ship and get the hell out of here, as well as dealing with the mess going on here and destroying as many aliens as possible. And no, it's not just an action game, it's a tactical strategy where you command a squad of 4 Marines, each with their own specialization, set of weapons and skills. The game is divided into missions, during which you visit various places on the planet and on the station, performing all sorts of tasks, such as searching for resources and information and destroying alien nests. And unlike other tactical games, here you don't control each fighter individually, but give orders to the whole squad at once. They work together and are separated only when they need to perform some specific action. This makes the game more dynamic and realistic. What's the most unusual game you've tried? Well, whatever it is, I think Brotato tops it anyway. It's a game where you control a potato that can hold up to 6 weapons at once and fight mobs of aliens. Well, the plot here is pretty simple. Your potato planet spaceship crashes on an alien planet, and well, you're the only survivor. Your task is to survive in this hostile place until your fellow potatoes come to your rescue. To do this, you'll have to hold your position for a while, destroying as many aliens as possible. In between invading waves of enemies, you'll be able to collect loot, gain experience, and buy items in like a potato store. Your potato dude will shoot on his own so you won't get tired of the game, but you'll need to constantly think about what equipment to take, otherwise your battle may end, well, unsuccessfully. Next, we have a new deductive game, DUBIUM. Here you can be either a crew member of a spaceship or a traitor who wants to escape and leave his comrades to their fate. Does it sound familiar? But don't skip it. DUBIUM isn't just another Among Us clone, it's kind of a unique game with a bunch of interesting features and mechanics. Here, 5 players find themselves in an abandoned space station. 4 of them are good guys who have to complete all the tasks on the station and launch an escape pod. But one of them is an imposter who can disguise himself and sabotage the efforts of the others. The traitor can also kill the good guys or bribe them. His goal is to either kill everyone or escape alone on the pod. Well, the goal of the others is to either figure out and lock up the imposter or escape together on a rescue capsule. The game has several maps with different design, vibe, and other interesting stuff like gravity, temperature, oxygen, and so on. And like I said, there's a bribe system here that allows the imposter to recruit other players or offer them a deal. And that's probably what makes the game special. Well, lastly, let's take a look at the dynamic PvP rhythm shooter BlasterBeat. Here, you can battle other players in arenas that light up in tune with the music. There are arrows on the screen that indicate when and where you should shoot to score more points and deal more damage. You can use different laser melee weapons, jump, and dodge bullets. There are also different objects in the arena that also respond to the rhythm and can help or hinder you in battle. Like, there are platforms that go up and down laser traps that can be activated and deactivated and so on. Well, this game centers on the multiplayer mode where you can choose different maps and tracks for your game. You can create your own custom sessions or join existing ones. Also, you can practice against AI first. The game is still quite new, so there is not much content here, like a dozen game tracks and some maps. But the dev is planned to add new modes, character customization, and track editor. By the way, what do you think about rhythm games? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found something interesting, and if so, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's been Denny. See you guys soon.